the U.S. Civil War was one of the deadliest conflicts in American history. But what do you really know about it? Here are 5 facts about the U.S. Civil War that most people don't know. Number 1, Lincoln wasn't the only president to own slaves. As of the outbreak of the Civil War, there were 395 enslaved people in the federal government. This included 275 held by President Jefferson Davis of the Confederacy and 120 owned by other Southerners working in federal jobs. Lincoln himself did not own any slaves, but he did own a slave at one point. In 1831, he purchased a slave named Harriet and his wife, along with their 3 children, for $800. Lincoln struggled with the morality of slavery, freeing Harriet and the children before the birth of his own son, Robert Todd Lincoln. He then donated the money to help purchase more freedom for slaves. Number 2, slaves weren't the only ones who wanted to end slavery. Many white abolitionists risked and gave their lives to fight for the end of slavery. One of these men was John Brown. John Brown was a man on a mission. He dedicated his life to ending slavery after witnessing the brutality of slave catchers while living in a frontier state. In 1859, Brown and his sons, along with several allies, seized a federal arsenal at Harper's Ferry, Virginia, intended to use the weapons to launch a slave rebellion. The plan failed and Brown was executed for treason, murder, and other crimes. But his actions inspired many Northerners to join the fight against slavery. Number 3, women played a critical role in the Civil War. While women were not allowed to officially join the military, they served in many support roles. Female spies, like the legendary Rose O'Neal Greenhow, provided intelligence to both the Union and the Confederacy. Others, like the 19-year-old Helen Viola, disguised themselves as men to serve as soldiers. And women also served as nurses, providing medical care to the wounded soldiers. One of the most famous female spies during the Civil War was Elizabeth Van Lew. Operating in Richmond, Virginia, she led a spy ring that gathered intelligence on the Confederate Army for the Union. After the war, she continued to serve her country, becoming one of the first women to work in the U.S. intelligence field. It's a common misconception that black soldiers during the Civil War fought solely for the Union Army. While this is true for some, others had more personal reasons for joining the fight. When the conflict began, many African Americans were enslaved in the Confederacy. As the war progressed and the Union made advances, many saw an opportunity to escape bondage by joining the Union Army. Formerly enslaved people gained a way to fight for their own freedom and the freedom of their families. For example, after hearing the Emancipation Proclamation, hundreds of slaves fled to Union lines, choosing to fight rather than remain enslaved. Number 5, the U.S. Civil War had an impact around the globe. Today, the impact of the U.S. Civil War is still being felt around the world. For example, the conflict influenced the development of modern warfare with the use of new technologies such as the telegraph and the railroad. It also led to major changes in the global balance of power, as the United States emerged as a major industrial and military power. Additionally, the legacy of slavery and the fight for civil rights continues to be a major issue in American society today. Finally, the impact of the Civil War can be seen in the cultural landscape of the United States, as it inspired countless books, films, and other works of art. From Gone with the Wind to Roots, the story of the Civil War has captured the imaginations of people around the world. The U.S. Civil War was a pivotal moment in American history. From Lincoln's decision to issue the Emancipation Proclamation to the contributions of African American soldiers, the war was a defining moment in the fight for equality and freedom. At the end of the day, the war resulted in the end of slavery and the preservation of the Union. But the fight for equality and justice continues even today. So, what do you think? What surprised you the most about the U.S. Civil War? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. See you next time!